Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about some harsh truths about addictions and why you're struggling with them for years, for many years, just can't quit. And you've tried many tactics, you've tried to change your identity, you've tried to forget them, you've tried to face them, you've tried to convince yourself that you don't need them, but still nothing works, you haven't managed to quit. Why is that happening? It's because you really cannot quit an addiction. That's a very, very big statement because every YouTuber will probably disagree with me on that and they will say that what do you mean you can't quit an addiction? Like they base their YouTube channels on teaching people how to quit addiction. They make like so many coaching calls, so many courses on how to quit an addiction, but you can't really quit an addiction, and I will tell you why. Because you love this addiction, like anything it is, like video games or fucking beating your meat, porn, like Netflix, I don't know, whatever. You actually love it. Like no matter how much identity change you say, and you say that, it's like saying that you've been with an ex which you really loved, and she wasn't like a very good person, all that shit, and she maybe was a bitch, but you loved her, man. You can't deny that you didn't love her. Like, yeah, I wouldn't settle with her now, you say. Maybe not, but you settled then with her for a reason. So the addictions don't really disappear like you and I believe. Like, I believe that your addiction kind of disappears. Like, it just boom, and you just don't do it for like a long period of time. Like, you're not addicted anymore. But that is not true. Actually, what happens is that it just stays inside of your subconscious mind for like a long period of time when you are distracted. And that's the key word here, the distraction. The brutal truth about addiction is that you can't quit any addiction. And you can only distract yourself from the addiction, because the addiction is like something you do when you don't have anything else to do. But when you are distracted, when your mind is occupied with something else, when you are grinding on something, and when you stay 100% productive, you will never get addicted to anything. Obviously, remove the triggers, not this bullshit advice that people give. They do not work, because eventually, at some point in your life, you're gonna see a trigger. But your goal is to never do these addictions again. And the only addictions you really should do, and which I advise for, is social, like in a social circle. Like if you go, for example, to eat junk food with your boys once in a while, like somewhere like outside, like that's not really bad. Like you won't be like negative about it. You won't have this messed up thoughts every single day after that. No, it's like if you do it every day, of course you will. But like you don't do it every day, right, motherfucker? Don't lie to me. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to show is that quitting an addiction is really, like, trust me, I've spent years trying to do this shit, and it's so stupid trying to like fix the problem or fixing the root. Like the root is simple, man. The root is simple. We just love it. Like that's the root. Trauma and all this shit. I have pretty good mental health, man, but I still, if I am like outside of the grind mode, I still like sit around and like watch fucking bullshit and all that shit. Like what do you think? If you have good mental health, that means that you will never do bad habits. Of course not. That's stupid. Like when you are like, okay, everything's cool, man. Let's just watch another fucking Netflix. Like, of course you're going to relapse, and that's not a mental health problem, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is all a lie. It's not a mental health problem. It is not an identity problem. It is not anything problem. It's productivity and distraction problem. You just have to say to yourself that I'm gonna be productive for 100% for the rest of my life. Like I will never like not be productive unless I am in a social manner, unless I'm like doing something social. Or fine, or I'm watching Netflix with my girl. Like I don't know, something like that. Like something that you are not gonna do solo any bad habits. That's what you have to say. I'm not gonna do it solo. I'm gonna do it with someone. I'm gonna do it like alone. And to not do this alone, you just have to distract yourself probably. Doing something like for example, you're sitting there and you have nothing to do. Get your phone and upload like something, like write something, ask ChatGPT and do something better. You have to keep this in mind, like 100% productive. Like I have to be 100% productive. That is how you quit any addiction. That is the real truth. Because I spent years trying like quitting and like fixing myself and changing my identity, like fixing my mental health. No, that shit doesn't work. Like it might work that you do it here and there, and you can say to me, but what's wrong with doing here and there? I want to do it never. That's what I'm saying. I want to do this never. I don't need it. I have to. And the only way to do it is to say 100% productive. Like, and you can say 100% productive in like any scenarios. Like when you're alone in a room, you can get your phone and do something productive on your phone. You can always do something to distract your mind. Like, and if you just try to sit and do nothing, you will never relapse. Just try it. If you sit there and do nothing and you literally stare at your wall and you're like have this mindset of thinking, you will never relapse. So that's again not an argument. So that is a super productive thing to do. So that is the video. The brutal truth is that you can never quit an addiction, and in order to quit, you just have to stay 100% productive, my guys. Discipline above all. See you in the next video.